I'm Amber. I'm a consultant at Creative Healthcare Management, and I'm going to share with you what I feel are top 5 tips for writing a successful magnet document. The first tip is start early. Ideally, if you can start at least 2 years in advance, but develop a timeline with some incremental milestones with different due dates along the way, and stay on track with that timeline. Remember, there's going to be times that you will be writing examples while still editing and revising other examples you've already submitted. So make sure you build that into your timeline. My second tip is don't try to do it alone. This is a large undertaking, and so lean in on your team. Consider using a team approach to create your document. Remember, this is not the MPD's document, this is the organization's document, and you really want everyone to be able to speak to what's in that document. My third tip is don't just focus on finding examples to write your document. Yes, that's important, but while you're reading those sources of evidence, you want to think about what kind of examples do we have throughout the organization? Is this really happening in all areas where nurses practice? You're looking for that enculturation aspect. If you find that you are really struggling to find an example or you have limited examples, then that is something you'll likely want to work on while you're writing your document. Work on strengthening that and making sure it's truly enculturated. My fourth tip is make decisions about how you're going to write, how your document's going to read, and where it's going to live early in the process. This will really enable you to be more efficient in your writing process and reduce the amount of editing work that you have to do. And lastly, my fifth tip, and maybe the most important tip, is vet your examples thoroughly before you start writing. This will save you a lot of time and work. What I mean by vetting your stories is that you read those sources of evidence and make sure that the example really meets all of the things that the source of evidence is asking for, that it happened in your 4-year window, and for a non-empirical outcome that you have evidence to prove that what you're saying is true. And you've looked at that evidence to make sure it is what you think it is. And if it's an empirical outcome, you've looked at your data. You've made sure it really aligns with your time frame and shows an improvement. So those are my top 5 tips to help you write a successful document. If you need more information, please reach out to me or visit chcm.com.